Video I am going to teach you about the regulations of activity of cyclin and CDK. Okay, so from the last video we all have clear that the cyclin binding with the CDK will causes the activation of CDK and phosphorylation of target protein, and that target protein after phosphorylation carry out certain functions. Again, when the cyclin will degraded or destroyed, destruction of cyclin by the ubiquitin pathway occur, that CDK will again inactive. So, regulation of activity of cyclin and CDK complex. First, if we go to the how the activity of cyclin is regulated, then it is by two way. Cyclin activity is regulated by two way. One is synthesis of cyclin protein, and another is degradation of cyclin protein. These two phenomena control the activity of cyclin, because after the synthesis of certain cyclin protein in the certain stage of cell cycle, there is assembly of cyclin in the cell, and that cyclin will now bind with the CDK, and then the activation of the CDK will occur. That is controlled by synthesis phenomena of cyclin. Cyclin synthesis होगा तो तभी ये प्रोसेस होगा. So the genes which are regulating, which are coding for cyclin proteins should be active at certain stage. Okay. Again, the degradation of the cyclin causes the decrease in the concentration of cyclin in the stage, in that stage. After the decrease in concentration, binding between cyclin and CDK rupture or breaks. So the CDK is again inactive. Okay. So let's take an example how the destruction of a cyclin protein occurs. This is the G1 cyclin. Okay. After doing its job by the target protein and phosphorylation by CDK, it will now undergo degradation, and that degradation will be done by proteasomal pathway degradation by the help of ubiquitin, and here the special type of ubiquitin enzyme is E3 ubiquitin ligase. That is, the enzyme is SCF, which is the combination of 3 protein, SKP protein, choline protein, FOX protein, and that SCP also contains another ring domain called RBX1. This is the enzyme which helps in the degradation of G1 cyclin in proteasomal pathway degradation. So after the degradation of G1 cyclin, the CDK which bind to the G1 cyclin, that means the complex of G1 cyclin and CDK will stop or will break. So that target protein which has undergone phosphorylation again undergo dephosphorylation by the help of phosphatase. Similarly, the cyclins are degraded by APC, anaphase promoting complex, and cyclones. Okay. So the concentration of cyclin is the primary determinant of CDK and cyclin complex activity. When the concentration is high due to synthesis of cyclin by the cell, the activity of cyclin CDK complex is more. When the concentration of cyclin is less due to the destruction of that cyclin by proteasomal pathway, the activity of CDK and cyclin complex will stop. This is all about the primary way, that is the primary fact how this activity of cyclin CDK complex is regulated. But there is also experiment found that CDK complex individual activation also affect the activity of cyclin CDK complex, and the activity of a CDK is regulated by the phosphorylation and dephosphorylation state of the CDK. Certain ferritin factor also present inside the cell which causes the phosphorylation and dephosphorylation of the CDK also. That are the reason of the CDK inactivity or activity. They are regulator. Again, certain inhibitory factors are there, inhibitory proteins are there, CDK inhibitory proteins are there, which causes the inhibition, the inactivations of CDK. In this way, they can also control the cell cycle. They can also control the regulate the activity of cyclin CDK complex. So now we will discuss the. This is an example how the regulations of activity of cyclin CDK complex occurred by the phosphorylations of CDK. Okay, how the phosphorylation of CDK affecting the activity of cyclin CDK complex. Here we have taken the example of N-CDK in budding yeast. I am mentioning here one thing. The cyclin CDK complex are typed or categorized or named on the basis of at which stage of cyclin is binding with the CDK. For example, if the G1 cyclin is binding with the CDK, then that cyclin CDK complex is called G1 CDK complex. If the N cyclin is bound with the CDK, then that type of cyclin CDK complex is called N CDK complex. Here we have taken the example of N CDK complex in budding yeast. Okay, in this N CDK complex, this is the protein structure. I have drawn here the protein, that is N CDK complex, and here is the number 1 amino acid group. Amino group presents here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is the 15 number amino acid in CDK, and in that 15 number sequence, tyrosine is present. Okay, and that tyrosine, when phosphorylated by the enzyme Ue1. Ue1 is a protein kinase enzyme present in budding yeast, which causes the phosphorylations of CDK at 15th number amino acid residue where tyrosine is present. This CDK will undergo inactivation. CDK is now inactive. Okay, so Ue1 is an example of what type inhibitory CDK inhibitory proteins. Now your question will arise in your mind, why it is the necessary of Ue1 protein here? Normally, Ue1 protein binds with the 15th amino acid residue at tyrosine residue of this CDK when the cell which is undergoing division, the cell which is proceeding towards division is not properly elongated. The size of the cell is not sufficient to divide. At that time, Ue1 will come and phosphorylate the tyrosine, that is 15 residue of the CDK, so that the cell will get some time. There is increment in the time period, time gap increase हो जाएगा. So by getting more time, the cell can enlarge in its size and elongate itself. So after elongation of cell size, the Ue1 protein inactive. Okay, tyrosine dephosphorylation occur and again CDK active. So if mutation in Ue1 gene occur, what will happen? There may be a chance of production of a small size cell after division. So this is how different regulations of activity cyclin CDK complex occur. Not always the CDK inhibitory proteins are bad for regulation. They are present to make the cell cycle, to make the cell division overall fruitful and successful. You understand or not? What is the role of Ue1 here? Ue1 knowingly delay the cell division process so that in that zone the cell will get some time, okay, to elongate more. Now it is a question to you. Tell me the answer. This Ue1 activity, that is elongation in cell, that is increase in the time period, has been done in which stage of cell cycle? You have to answer me in the comment. Okay, and another questions. This Ue1 protein kinase is a dual specificity enzyme. It can phosphorylate the tyrosine residue. It can also phosphorylate some other amino acid residue. You have to answer me also in the comment box. What is that other amino acid residue where the E1 protein can phosphorylate? Third, is there any enzyme? Is there any other protein which help in removing this E1 and dephosphorylation occur here? So name of the protein, that is the name of that protein. Okay. This is all about this video. In the next video, we will discuss certain tricky questions. Thank you very much.